My name is Kiendamina Mukeba Cleophas, or people call me Cleophas, others call me Mukeba. I created the Vermont Ibutwa Initiative. We know that advocacy movement takes time, and in order to bear fruit, of course, we have so many examples around the world. We have apartheid in South Africa, where Mandela was jailed almost for 27 years. We have the struggle of liberation in India, Mahatma Gandhi, and we have also our own experience right here in the United States with the civil rights movement. So when we were engaged in activism, you should bear in mind that it will take time to have tangible results on the ground. I decided to think about what can we do in the Congo which can help these children, which can help these women. And of course we are not going to help everybody, but just a simple thing, just a symbol of hope. And I came up with the idea of the Vermont Ibutwa. Ibutwa is my mother tongue, which means renaissance or rebirth. It means that we wanted to give a second life to these children who are the victim of a rape pandemic and the conflict, war conflict in general.
Vermont Ibutwa Initiative really has two main directions. One is to raise awareness here in the United States about the violence in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, about the impact on women and children. I hope also on the men there, and that we would raise that awareness and also be raising financial support to make sure that an educational endeavor there for children is well supported. So our vision is a school, and Cleophas is now planning a trip there, which is very exciting. We're working with him on the details to explore what the alternatives will be. Of course, we will need good partners to be working with who share those goals, and it's very important for us to listen for a refinement of those goals. What is really needed? How can we do the best work to support the education of children there now? And so we certainly know that may mean education for adults as well, and to make sure that the school can continue to be supported. Cleophas and Jules, the Mukeba brothers, who are both on our board, are involved in this effort, and I think it really reflects their strong connection to their homeland, and also the strong desire that many refugees bring here to do something to help the people who they have left behind.
We all know that peace in the Congo is not going to come about overnight, or even in the next couple of years. And so at a certain point, I really wanted to get involved with projects on the ground in Congo right now. And that's what Ibutwa represents to me. We're all working on behalf of people who, even, as the violence goes on in East Congo, are living their lives day to day, doing, the ordinary things like, working at a job or taking care of children or going to school. And it's really rewarding to me now to realize that I can assist people in those everyday acts, and make a difference that way. Because poverty, of course, is still a huge issue in the Congo. And when peace comes, when the violence stops, poverty is still going to be something that has to be addressed and overcome. And we all know that education is the best way for people to raise themselves out of poverty.
Cleophas and I are brothers. He's my old brother. And we came with this project because it was out of concern for people who are in DRC with the rape that has been going on in the DRC, and all these people, all these kids that have been left out. So we saw that we can do something. As we are here in the United States, we can help out those kids who are stranded. The mission of Ibutwa are twofold. twofold. It's one fold is like to try to help over there in the DRC, try to establish the school for those kids who were the product of rape, who have been left out, and who really underwent a lot of problems. So that's one of the missions. And another mission is to try to educate the North Americans about what is going on in the DRC. I mean, one of the ways to do that is to give some presentations in the schools and the churches, or somewhere else, like in other communities where they might need us, so that they can know more about what is going on in the DRC.
I retired this year after 33 years teaching at John J. Flynn Elementary School in Burlington. And I met Cleophas and his family through this church, but also at school. His children go to school there. And his daughter Bernadette was in my class last year. And that's how I learned about the project. Cleophas started talking to me about it at school. The children in the Congo deserve the same kind of education, the same kind of chance for happiness in their life as Bernadette and King, or all the children in Burlington, have for themselves, the opportunities that they have. And I think it's important that we do something so that children all over the world can have the same hope for their lives.
I'm Jenny Gundy. I'm a teacher with Vermont Adult Learning, and I've been teaching in the Burlington area for about 10 years, English to speakers of other languages. And I've had many Congolese students over the years. And Cleophas Mukeba was one of my students at one time, a long time ago, as was his wife, Malinga. And so that's how I knew them. And Malinga had come to me about a year ago and asked me if I was interested in finding out more about a project that Cleophas was working on to expand educational opportunities for children in the Congo. And I said I was. And I started meeting with him and with some of the folks from his church last summer. What I've been able to bring to the organization is I have contacts at a lot of local colleges, so I've booked Cleophas some meetings with groups at Middlebury College and Dartmouth College and some libraries in Vermont to give presentations about the crisis in the Congo, which this has been a really great thing to be able to bring this story to people that really have no idea of what's going on, especially with the rape pandemic and what's happening with women, and then the children that are the results of this violence.